Hello, how are you today? This is Heena from Team TES bringing you another set of 5 question answers from What, When, Why, How. Well, do you know this? There are total 8 such books of MCQs which will help you with your competitive exams of NET, SET, and GATE. I actually call them the 8 sisters, okay? And she's the oldest. Okay, this book is brought to you by TES and Bodhi Publication. If you want to grab your own copy and if you want an explanation behind every answer, you can call us on this number 93878 39871. Let's begin with the first question, but I am very scared. I should not be happy because it is a gothic novel, a very scary one. Here it is on your screen. Question number 1. Which is the first work of the sci-fi horror genre? Your options are A, The Time Machine, B, Psycho, C, Frankenstein, or D, The Invisible Man. Sci-fi means science fiction. Okay, combining science and fiction together, but it's a horror one. Well, the answer is option C, Frankenstein, a novel by Mary Shelley, written when she was 18 years old. In her own words, she slept one day and she dreamt of this young doctor who is capable of creating a living being by assembling dead body parts. Oh God. And this is this theme she chose for Frankenstein. Now, this Frankenstein is not the monster. Frankenstein is actually the doctor. Okay. His full name is Victor Frankenstein. He creates a monster, an ugly one, a giant one. But then he abandons his own creation. And this giant monster is out on killing spree. He kills everyone related to Frankenstein, and in the end, he in fact kills Frankenstein's wife. Okay, a tough one. But then that's how an 18-year-old wrote, and it was so impressive. It was published in the year 1818. Frankenstein for you. Can we move on to question number 2? Here it is. What, according to Hopkins, is the only lasting thing in poetry? Your options are A, inscape, B, in stress, C, sprung rhythm, or D, form. Gerard Manley Hopkins. What did he say is the only lasting thing in poetry? Your answer is A, inscape. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Hopkins. He was a Victorian era poet and he got fame posthumously after his death. Okay. Now, he became very famous because of his concept of sprung rhythm, which is actually a poetic meter, okay, which he used to praise God. And another concept that he gave was that of inscape and in stress. The idea of inscape was actually taken from a medieval philosopher whose name was, remember the name, okay? It was Duns Scotus. Duns Scotus. So the idea of inscape was taken from Duns by Hopkins. What does inscape say? Inkscape gives everything its unique identity. It actually refers to the distinctive design that constitutes individual identity. Each person is an individual, each person is unique, every work is different, right? This is what is Inkscape. Now, what is in stress? You have to tell me in the comments. Yes, you will. Can we move on to question number 3 after this? Yes, we have to. We have no choice. And you have to tell me how many answers you're getting correct today, okay? Question number 3, here it is. Which British writer, considered one of the last modernists, was a student, assistant, and friend of James Joyce? Your options are A, D.H. Lawrence, B, Lawrence Durrell, C, Samuel Beckett, or D, Harold Pinter. You know it. Yes, you do. Well, the answer is option C, Samuel Beckett. Beckett and Joyce both were Irish, but they did not meet in Ireland. They actually met in Paris in the year 1920. And it is believed that Samuel Beckett actually served as a secretary to Joyce because Joyce had become very famous by then. Now, tell me, just for trivia, do you remember a few of important Samuel Beckett's plays? Do you? Yes, you do. Waiting for Godot of 1954, Endgame of 1957, and Crab's Last Tape of 1958. You got it. Good enough. If you want your own book of what, when, why, how, of multiple choice question answers for Net Set Gate, you can contact us on 93878 39871. Can we move on to question number 4? Yeah, we can. Who wrote the poem The Deserted Village? The Deserted Village poem was written by, your options are A. Thomas Gray, B. Oliver Goldsmith, C. William Collins, or D. William Wordsworth. आ गया, answer आ गया. Well, the answer is B. Oliver Goldsmith. Now, tell me, Oliver Goldsmith, Oliver Goldsmith was an Anglo-Irish novelist, poet, playwright, dramatist. Okay. And if I tell you about this poem, The Deserted Village, it is written in heroic couplet. It's a pastoral elegy. The number of lines in it are 430. Summary बताऊं थोड़ी सी, तो poet जो है वो अपने गांव गए हैं. He has gone to his village, but he is very shocked and surprised to see it completely deserted, completely empty. Where are the villagers gone? They all have emigrated to America because of industrial revolution. Seeing this, the poet is sad. He's nostalgic because he's coming here to his village after so long. He moves on. He thinks of his school, the schoolmaster who is very stern but knowledgeable. Then he compares his village with a young girl, that how with time both of them fade. And in the end, first of all, he gets angry at the rich people. Then he gets angry at the villagers also, saying that why did you leave your village? You should have been here. You could have done something else. But in the end, he hopes the natives will return, the village will prosper again. That is the summary of The Deserted Village for you. Now tell me one thing. There were two poems of Oliver Goldsmith which formed a part of the Romantic Revival. Which ones were they? The first one is The Deserted Village. It was part of the Romantic Revival. And the second one was The Traveler. Good trivia. Can we move on to question number 5? This is again a poem. Okay. Question number 5. Which poem ends? Nothing has changed since I began. My eye has permitted no change. I am going to keep things like this. In which poem do you find these lines? Your options are A. Hawk in the Rain, B. Hawk Roosting, C. Crow, or D. The Thought Fox. Which one is the correct answer? It is B. Hawk Roosting, composed by Ted Hughes, 20th century English writer. Now, this poem was actually published in his collection Lupercal, which was in the year 1960. It's a poem of 24 lines and 6 quatrains. And like almost every poem of Ted Hughes, it speaks of animals of prey. Animals of prey or violent animals, that is what was the theme of most of the poems by Hughes. Now, I want to tell you what these lines mean. Okay. Now, here in this poem, basically, hawk is a bird of prey, you know this. And Ted Hughes has compared hawk with violent leaders of our society, with leaders who consider themselves as dictators, who think of themselves to be supreme. Okay. Now, these lines mean, hawk is saying it, nothing has changed since I began. My eye has permitted no change. I'm going to keep things like this. Now, basically, like a dictator, the hawk says that my eyes are always alert and watchful. I will not allow any force on earth to dislodge me. And I am determined to safeguard my position. That is what is the meaning of these lines. With this, we are done. I hope you had fun. And if you want your own copy of What, When, Why, How, or if you want an online course with Kalyani ma'am, because she takes online classes, we have online quiz programs also on our channel. You can contact TES for your queries on the number 93878 39871. This is Heena signing off, and I'm going to return again with another set of 5 question answers from the oldest sister. Tata, bye bye. Have a good day.